evil predators and highly weird, trafficking and manipulating and abusing and molding young celebrities in Hollywood, cannibalism and eating humans, reference Justin Bieber's Yummy music video, adrenochrome blood rituals and missing kids, scaring young children and then draining their blood that was produced through adrenochrome to make elites look and stay young. Reference Monsters Inc. Disney movie, clone and MK Ultra programming. People think that MK Ultra is not real. They think it's just a conspiracy, when in reality it says, when you Google on MK Ultra Wikipedia, it says that they used to do these experiments on people back then. They said they
Mm-hmm.
stopped, but it has never stopped. Why do you think after a celebrity goes crazy, they come back bald?
Mm-hmm.
They come back bald because these experiments and these torturing statistics and techniques are being done on them, so they have to have their hair removed. That's why I
Well,
call it MK Ultra, hence MK mind control.
mm,
The
mm,
next thing is that because these programmings reprogram some celebrities who want to get out,
yeah.
they can't leave the situation that they got themselves in. People think it's just, oh no, this is just how Hollywood is. Everything's weird. That's just, they're normal humans. Stop making everything weird. Oh my goodness. You,
Yeah.
I wish I could say this is fake.
Right.
That's how bad it is. I wish this wasn't real. But in reality, all of this crap has been so evil back then. If you think about it for a second, all this crap, the world was once so evil before.
Mm,
Before the Noah days, that's when the Watchers came down, and they the Watchers were the angels that God told to watch. But those
mm,
angels betrayed God, and they laid with women, and they had Nephilims, and those women were punished. But they laid with women and claimed them as their wives, and those women had their children, and they were supernatural, not normal beings, abnormal beings, which was against God's order. So because those Nephilims were born, which created giants, which
yeah.
created fish people involving sirens,
Mm,
which created half beast, half human people.
what the heck?
People think, yeah, why do you think? Listen, Sodom and Gomorrah, honestly, this is gonna sound crazy. I don't think Sodom and Gomorrah ain't got nothing on right now. What's going on in this world?
I agree.
And you,
I agree.
because Sodom and Gomorrah was so evil, God like literally completely destroyed that city, right? And then
Yeah.
Lot and his wife and the daughters left, and we're not gonna talk about that crazy story. And the wife got turned
Mm-hmm.
into a pillar of salt. But Sodom and Gomorrah still didn't have nothing on when the Watchers were doing all this crap, and Enoch warned the fallen angels. He warned them. God told Enoch to tell them stop what they are doing, but they didn't want to listen. And the people who were um during that time didn't listen to Noah after God warned Noah to create an ark before the flood. Those people didn't listen, and guess where those people are now?
Yeah. They
Because
swimming with the
back
fish.
then there is no
Yeah.
water.
Yeah,
There is no
yeah,
water
yeah.
where they're at,
Yeah.
because hell was originally created for demons, and back in
Right.
that time that was the Mosaic law. Because the
Mm,
Mosaic law, there was no grace and mercy.
yeah.
So meaning that they were those, basically the demons now are basically those people that drowned in the flood.
Mm,
And that actually is accurate, because when you think about it, again, Mosaic law, no grace and mercy. But now anyone who does die, they're in a, like, a waiting position until judgment day.
yeah.
So we can't say, oh, they're gone up to glory or they're gone to hell. We don't know where they're at, because judgment day has not came yet. If they're not judged yet, completely being told, well done, thy good and faithful servant, or either turn from me, ye that work iniquity.
Mm,
Which either one they're going to be told. That comes when Jesus returns back, and then judgment day. That comes
mm,
after the rapture, not right now. But going back to this, the fallen angels completely did not listen. They did all this iniquity stuff. They did all this disgusting stuff. And they taught humans how to make weapons. They taught paganism. And fallen angels are actually the original Egyptians. Because when you think about it, Egyptians are not normal. Like, normal humans. They were not of normal human race back then. How do you think the pyramids were created? And how do you think AI technology created? Technology been around.
Mm.
It been around. Technology is not new.
Yeah. Yeah.
These phones could have been created by a fallen angel back then, and people don't want to believe that.
Mm.
Think about this for a second. A fallen angel is like a mid-ranked demon.
My goodness.
And I used to think that fallen angels were a high-ranked demon, but they're actually just a mid-ranked demon. Um, but I do know that the highest ranked angel of all, which are angels of God, is seraphim and cherubim. Those are the
Mm.
highest ranked angels, and you cannot play with them. Do not mess with them.
Yeah.
They will come to you with peace, or either they will come to you with warning. Um, and they made those angels with so many. God made those angels with so many eyes and so many wings, and it's completely scary. Why do you think the Bible says, "Do not be afraid"?
Yeah. Yeah. All the
Okay,
time they say that.
right, every single time. But to go back to this point, it's it's much more darker. It's much more darker. All of this has been happening back then. That's why the flood happened, and then that involves into the rainbow as God's promise. And
Mhm.
no shade to the LGBTQ community. I love every single person. I have no shade towards anyone, but I have my truth and my beliefs, just like anyone else has their truth and their beliefs.
Yeah.
And people have represented the LGBTQ community so badly towards Christians. And I know Christians can be harsh as well. That's why I really don't represent myself as a Christian, because they
Mm.
have turned this into a cult now, and they have not made it about Jesus anymore. They have made it
Mm.
about they made it about God and stuff, but they made it a cultish, like they have not made it about God. They've made it about money, looks,
Mm.
fame, music and all that stuff. And we don't
Yeah.
know when a real artist or a real gospel singer or a real Christian celebrity is really Christian or not and really serves God, because they're living a double life. We don't know if we really can trust them or
Mm.
not. So that's why I just represent as a believer in Jesus. I follow Jesus. I believe in Christ. I am saved. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. That's it.
Yeah.
I am not special. I am just another human that God created, that I believe in him and I follow him. That is it. But to go back to this, yeah, the rainbow was not for pride. They've turned that into that.
Mm.
And also the rainbow does not have the same number as the pride colors in the pride flag does. The rainbow has more, it has one more color, the rainbow that God created for us as a promise to not flood the earth again. But the next time around, the earth would be filled and destroyed with fire. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And because this leads to my point, because he promised us no more flooding, and just like we are talking about the rainbow and
Mm.
the firmament, if you go and read, I'm just not even going to explain it. If anyone's listening this far along, go
Mm-hmm.
read
Oh yeah.
Genesis 1 and 6, Genesis 1 and 6, down to Genesis 1 and 10. Read that far. Then, if you want to know about a small prediction about the Antichrist, go read Daniel 12 and 11, and then look up Project Bluebeam. And then the next thing is NASA, Buzz Aldrin said it himself when a girl asked him in a small little video, did the man really walk the moon? This is all over the place, this video. I'm talking about everything. That's why he said,
Mm.
just let's just talk
Yeah,
everything
everything.
video.
That's all everything. That's what it is. Yeah. Come on.
So, so Buzz Aldrin said it. He said that's a very good question when the girl asked him, the little girl. She said, did he really walk the moon? He said, no, Armstrong didn't really walk the moon because it was just honestly green screen footage. It was just edited footage. He never really walked the moon. That's what he said. You can go look up on the video. You can go look it up,
Mm.
and it's on YouTube or it's on TikTok. Again, hopefully they did not take that video down. Um, and to go to the factual point, you can't really break a firmament. Why do you like think this is it's this one girl who her TikTok. I gotta share it with you one day. Like I'll probably like share it. Hope you can put it under the video.
Yeah.
Um, and she talked about it on TikTok as well. Like I've noticed it, but she just confirmed it for me. And it talked about how Oh my goodness, I'm always about to forget what he said. It
Nah, you
talks
could.
about how they're trying to nuke the firmament, and nuke as in sending bombs, sending missiles, everything, anything you think of that can break something real good and destroy it. Every time they send it towards the firmament, it has never broken, ever.
Mm.
And why do you think? Now, let me ask you this: what does a rocket look like going up instead of going across something?
Like, what does it look like?
What would, yeah, like, I'm sorry, I'm asking a different type of question. What does a rocket look like when it goes across, like, just going up periodically, like when a rocket launches?
Hmm.
What do you think that looks similar to, like, something else?
I would say it's going up. I want to say. I want to say what I'm thinking, but I don't want to say it. Um, does it kind of favor the cross?
No.
Okay.
Want me to tell you?
I wanted to guess it, but nah, you can tell me. All right.
Okay, okay, so what a rocket looks like when it's launching is similar to, like, you see how the smoke is like already starting off, like you see it launching, the smoke is behind it
Right.
and everything, and it's launching up into the sky.
Yeah.
Then when that rocket goes across, because it's not, when a rocket launches and it's so-called going into space, it should go straight up. Why is it going across? When you see a rocket launch, it should not be going across something, like as if it's scraping against something. It should be going straight up
Mm,
into the sky where you can't see it anymore.
yeah.
But because there is a firmament, it's going across, scraping the firmament. And what that looks like is a boat. Because
Mm,
there's ripples behind the boat when it goes across the water.
yeah. Yeah.
So when the rocket scrapes against the firmament, it looks like it's making a frequency wavelength against the water above the firmament, which scrapes against the firmament, which like leaves a pattern of waves of smoke when it's going across.
Mm.
Like look up a rocket launch and you'll see it going across. Like why is it going around when it
I'm
should be
looking at
going
this
straight
right
up?
now.
When
Nah,
you
because
look
you
up,
got me thinking.
when you look it up and you look up a rocket launch, we're not talking about a fake AI rocket launch. We're talking about a real rocket launch. And
Yeah.
you see it going up in the sky. Why is it curving? It should go straight up. It should not curve.
Mm.
And the craziest part of it all is that because there's a firmament and there's water above, this also involves stars. People are like, oh, stars, there's so many stars and there's other planets and stuff. God said that there are wandering stars, anything that we cannot identify
Hmm.
and see, it's a wandering star. I have, like, you can see other planets. Those are just stars. Has anyone
Hmm.
walked on those planets yet? No. And if they have, it's been an AI green screen. It's not real. And also, other countries who are teaming up with the government have tried to create fake planets and a fake moon. China tried to create a fake sun that failed.
They tried to create a fake sun?
Yes, you can't mock God. That's why they
Hey,
failed.
what the?
Hmm. And yeah, they really tried to make an artificial sun.
Like, why? Like, what did they think would happen?
They think that they can control the world because they're trying to play God.
Crazy.
I'll tell you, the only planet that is real, that is also another planet, which is a warning, planet Nibiru. I don't know how to pronounce it. Nibiru, whatever. It's
Hmm.
Nibiru. And it's a planet that comes down to mentioning in one of the books of the Bible near the end times of warning. And the next thing is that planet is an actual planet, but also we don't know if that's a luminary or not because people keep talking about, oh, let's just go to planet Mars and see if someone can live on there. Have you ever thought to think if Mars is a solid? Some of these planets are not solids. They're not solid. You can't walk on them. They're a luminary. The moon is a luminary. It's a luminant. The sun is a luminant. You can't walk on the sun either.
Ooh.
And The craziest part of it all is that this is just small amounts of information. If I had a Hebrew Bible, I could go even further because the Hebrew Bible has much more information than the English King James Version Bible. King James
Mm,
honestly just like people are saying this is whitewashed version of the Bible. It's not. It's actually pretty accurate. It's just missing a couple pointers. I never said anything like quote unquote what I'm saying. I don't
yeah,
know what anyone else is saying, but what I'm saying from my experience and information, not saying I'm a know-it-all, I'm just saying from what I know right now,
yeah.
revelation from God, that the Bible, this King James Version Bible is not incorrect, and there's
Mm,
nothing wrong with it, but there is something missing. The Bible is not incorrect, but it has something missing, which is the book of
mm,
Enoch. So that is basically all the information on speaking how we can talk about human trafficking, sex trafficking,
yeah.
predictions of the Antichrist, New World Order, One World Religion,
Mm,
digital currency, mark of the beast in the hand, right hand, and the forehead. And
ooh,
also, mark of the beast is not just putting the chip in your hand on your forehead. Not saying that's the right thing to do, but I'm saying is that's not only the part of the mark of the beast. Part of the mark of the beast is when you do not take that chip or that chip in the forehead either, meaning that you're choosing God. Because when you're choosing that, you're coming apart and putting yourself into the system, and you're putting yourself into that new system. They can control you. They can watch your every single move, like
yeah.
even in your home, even in a closed door, like I mean anywhere.
Right,
And like it's gonna be worse. People thinking, oh, it's just the world. We're just adapting to the new technology. Oh, please.
right.
Like I haven't even gotten to the point of talking about aliens. And people still
Oh
think to this
man,
day, they still think to this
yeah.
day that aliens are some little green earthling things. They, oh, hello, earthlings. Some this is not some Wally crap. I'm not saying Wally was the alien or
Mm,
any of that, but I'm just saying in a funny way.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is not some green slimy thing that comes in a spaceship type of crap. Aliens are demons that shape shift. Fallen angels
Ooh.
can shape shift. They shapeshift, which means they can change into something. People say they're skinwalkers. They can change into looking like a skinwalker.
Mm,
I have a proven video of um the flood happening in, I can't remember, is it Rio? Yeah, the flood happening in Rio. I believe that was right after that satanic parade that they were mocking Jesus on, where they had a man pretending to be Satan beating a man who pretended to be Jesus. And that was a
what?
mockery of God. And after that parade, the man who pretended to be Satan beating Jesus, I believe he died in a car accident.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious. You can look up all the information. And then the next thing is because someone was recording this flood happening, you can see a demon shape shift from looking like a box into a black shadow. Slowing out the video, you can see a face. And I have a spiritual discernment where I can see demons' faces. And I've asked people, can you see what I see? And they're like, no. Then I asked the person who does have spiritual discernment, they're like, I actually can see a face. So it's not a joke. This is not some, oh, they're just playing around, like trying to discover something. I don't want to see in the spiritual realm. I don't want to see no demonic stuff. I don't want to see demons.
Yeah.
I didn't ask
Right.
for this.
Right.
This is not something fun or patty cake. Give a dog a bone. This is none of that.
Yeah, you so silly.
Like this is none of this. This is not something funny to play around with. You keep
Yeah.
like people keep just saying, "Oh, no, this is not how the world is. This is just conspiracies." All right, you believe in what you want to believe in, but when the end times come, and I'm not gonna say I told you so, your blood is not on my head.
Mm,
Like bless your heart. You want to stay as in what God said, dumbfounded. Not saying you're dumb or unintelligent. I'm saying like if you want to stay in the dark and
in the dark. Yeah.
not really want to try and find any research for yourself, and you just want to keep following what the government tells you,
Right.
you don't want to stock up and prepare. You don't want to prepare for the famine. You don't want to prepare for what's down. Like even some people who don't believe in God, they don't want the chip either.
Right.
So this
Right.
has
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this isn't just some oh Christian thing, Christian. This is completely the end of it all is the war between Satan and God. It started off the war between Satan and God, and it started off and ends as the war between Satan and God. Because at the end of the day, everything involves God and everything involves Satan.
Yeah.
This is the devil's playground. We're the pawns. Do we choose to play in the game or do we choose to fight it? And
Mm.
that's our decision. It all depends on us.
Mm.
That's it at the end of the day. And people think it's science. They think it's artificial intelligence. They think it's the government choosing to do something like this. It's just people wanting to create something new. That's
Yeah.
all they're doing. They just want to explore things. And aliens are just nice people that can be helpful to the world for the artificial intelligence for the new world. They're just helping us. We want to explore these new beings. Do you
Right.
realize that there's evil scientists called CERN, CERN, that are digging a hole into the earth, and they were digging a hole near the Euphrates River,
Mm.
and they wanted to just find whatever's in the middle, the center of the earth. Do you realize what's in the center of the earth?
Right.
Do you realize the core of the earth is fire, first of all?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it talks about this in Genesis again. I think Genesis gives you everything you want to know about the start of it all, because obviously it's the start of it all, but it gives you more deeper detail if you really read it. If you really read it, there's four corners of the earth, and there's something in the middle. Even a guy pointed this out on TikTok. Why do you think they were trying to get rid of TikTok? TikTok exposes so much junk. I learned more through TikTok than
TikTok.
school.
Yeah. I agree.
And here's what it says right here in Genesis 2. It talks about and out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into four heads, four corners of the earth, basically. And the name of the first is Pison,
Mm.
that is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah. I don't think I pronounced it right, but Havilah, where there
Nah,
is
I got
gold,
you.
and the gold of that land is good. There is bdellium and the onyx stone, and the name of the second river is Gihon. The same it is that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hiddepil, that is which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. So I'm going to go to the last part right here where it talks about an angel, not just an angel, but also there was something, a flaming sword protecting.
Yeah, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. I remember
Yeah,
that.
I'm trying to remember what part it's in Genesis. I just can't remember. I have so much in my mind right now.
Yeah.
And God talks about protecting the Garden of Eden with a flaming sword, something specifically.
It
I
was
don't want to
after they
quote it
got cast
wrong.
out. It was after they got thrown out of the garden, right?
Right. So, because of that, there's the four corners of the earth. Now, here's what I'm going to go to prove that the firmament is real, because we're done with the sex trafficking part. Because all I can say is just look up Allie Carter, and she'll explain everything about the politicians being sex, like, they're just investing in all of this, and it's
Crazy.
evil. Protect your children. Watch over them. Do not let them go anywhere. Watch the Sound of Freedom movie. Keep your guards up. Do not trust your children with strangers. If you
Yeah.
want to, like, daycare, none of that. You can't trust any of this crap. Don't post your children on social media. This stuff. There's predators walking.
Yeah, yeah.
People may assume like it's just a predator, like just a pervert. We don't know what connections that pervert has.
Yeah, true. True.
You may just assume they're just a pervert, but perverts are dangerous. But you don't know, like, what if the pervert's connected to a ring of sex trafficking, human trafficking? What if that ring's connected to the underground trafficking?
So
What if
true.
that underground trafficking is connected to high elites who can hide your children and you'll never be able to see them ever again? So
Mhm.
it's an ongoing lead. It's like never ending. Like, you know how something's just never ending. Like if it's one thing here, it's another right there. It's a
Yeah.
connect.
Yeah, it's a connect.
There's many sources, and you cannot trust all of the sources. But to go back to here to talk about the firmament, and then I'm literally done. You can ask me a bunch of questions that I may have not talked about anything a topic, but the firmament
Mm-hmm.
is real because the Antarctic walls. No one's allowed to travel to like the ending of the Antarctic walls because they just basically get shot down. Someone said this in a video, and I completely agree. Because I actually wanted to go to Antarctica because it's cold. I love winter, and I wanted to like go there and see polar bears and crap.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
in reality, the firmament is round, okay? But there are four corners of the earth. And because Antarctica is basically the end of the firmament, the Antarctic walls is where the firmament stops. And that's where they have a bunch of guards at. And mind you, what is it? How much of the population of the how much percentage of the ocean has only been discovered? What, only 5% of the ocean?
yeah.
So
True.
imagine what they're hiding in the rest of the ocean.
Nah.
And on top of that, what if I just realized something. We have a whole bunch of percentage of the ocean to discover,
Yeah.
but yet they still want to go and discover space, quote unquote.
Yeah. True. True.
So is there even really a space, or y'all just trying to break the firmament?
Mm.
Because they could have been just exploring that big old ocean instead of trying to go somewhere else. Like they don't want to be on this earth because they know what's going to happen.
Mm.
Because some people don't want the second coming of Christ to happen. Some people are trying to prevent
Facts.
it.
Facts.
But in reality, you
Facts.
cannot prevent prophecy of God. Every
Mm.
single prophecy in the Bible will and has come to pass. You
Mm.
cannot prevent dark stuff happening to the world when it is a prophecy. So no
Yeah.
matter how much they try, they will fail. And people don't realize it. It's just so dark.
No, you're
And then
right.
on top of that, let me before I talk more about the firmament, real quick, small little other thing to expose. Police officers are like police stations, they're like a cult almost. Uh no shade to one of my siblings. They tried to say like no shade at all. Like they're just like making this comment. They were trying to say he's an older sibling. He tried to say that some Freemasons are good, some Freemasons aren't good. But in reality, it is a cult. There is a 33rd level. And at the end of the day, there are rituals in Freemasonry. So in reality, there are no good Freemasons. They may be good at the start, but you know how you can return to dark?
Yeah. By being around it.
So, yeah.
Mm.
So many police officers are Freemasons. All you got to do is look at their ring, look at their jewelry or their necklace or their ring on their finger. This will show that they're Freemason. Or look at their hand symbolism. If they're doing hand symbols, they want you to join, or either you better walk the other way.
Yeah.
Because look at the jewelry. It's a big G. It is a big G, a capital G, and you're gonna see a ruler and I believe a pencil. That's how the symbol looks. You look up the Freemasonry symbol, and if it's on a police officer's like finger, the ring, or if they're showing like even they may not wear jewelry, if they'll show the hand signals, you just gotta look it up and do research deep for yourself. There's Freemason. I'm gonna have to expose this real quick. Where I live, um, all I'm gonna say is this: the Masonic
Uh-oh.
Temple,
Mm.
the Masonic Temple. That is it. I'm not giving enough about that. The
Mm.
Masonic Temple. And there's many streets near, not where I live, but near, that are called Mason and stuff. And I even I can't say this, but I even went somewhere when it involves education that involved Freemasonry, and I didn't even
Mm.
know until now. There was checkerboard floors in the school, and they made it seem so innocent. And the mascot was named Mason.
And can you, just for the people out there, can you like describe or like explain what Freemason is?
Freemason is basically Similar to Illuminati, but Illuminati involves fame and riches and a bunch of other rituals and stuff and control, like puppetry and all that crap. But
Mm,
Freemasonry, you can be a Freemason, low level or high level. You can be like, you can just like a random person can be a Freemason walking past and you'll never know.
mm,
They'll be just smiling in your face, like, "Hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, that's some great broccoli over there." And you see a Freemason symbol on their ring on their hand, and you're shaking it.
mm,
Like that,
mhm.
Freemasonry is a cult, and they have rituals, and they join in these temples. And they have these rituals, and they worship Satan.
Whew,
It's a
man.
large secret society. It's satanic and it's antichrist. And look up uh Jordan Maxwell. Look up the oath of the brotherhood secrets and the sisterhood secrets in the Temple Lodge. And the 33rd is the highest level degree that they can get to. I'm going to expose even more.